we used to go out a lot, hiking and go out on trips, and all the time each individual had to deal with their own responsibilities. So it just felt like a good idea to, well, why don't we create our own business? And of course we wanted something creative, and most of us had already been involved in creative activities. So we said, let's do a production company, and let's do any kind of service that has to do with video, maybe graphic design.
And so we created Galatea, and as we were working for clients, we got to a point that we realized that we have enough technology and ideas to come up with something else rather than just having client-based projects. So that's how Bulbo started out. We wanted to do something that intervened the media somehow, telling the stories about Tijuana that we knew those stories were true, were part of our daily life. So that's how Bulbo started out, as a television show, and it started airing in local television in Tijuana. Nobody will finance our project, so we had to still working as Galatea to finance our production costs and also to pay for airtime. And so little by little, we started to notice a really good response from the audience. We started getting invitations to do FM radio with the same idea, under the same format, and like pursuing the same ideals. And then we developed our magazine and a record label.
Just grew out of proportion after having some level of success. So then Bulbo as a media project went nationwide in Mexico, and by that time, I mean, it's all been independently run. That also took us to another level where we started kind of doing community intervention, art festivals or art exhibits. It's been a great challenge and very exciting challenge to work as a collective, because each time the relationships get more intense or surpass each obstacle that a project will bring. The way we work and how we're organized is very, I guess you can say, horizontal.
You don't only need a good idea or being inspired, but you also need to manage your work and how you're going to sell it out or promote it or just keep it on a schedule and get all the deadlines and all that stuff. So those are qualities that we've learned by our own through the work that we've done for Galatea. On the other hand, to develop projects for clients, we use the same creative process that we use to come up with a new television season. So we've been very lucky to being able to have both sides. There's no such a thing as Galatea or as Bulbo. It's us. We are both Galatea and Bulbo.
There have been client-based projects that we've had that either we sympathize a lot with the client to the point where it's like you feel you have the same mission, you know, or you want to contribute to their mission, that you kind of like embrace that project even as yours. Or other times that we work with politicians, and well, us as artists, we see things that are happening in our environment, and of course we want to change things. So you're always doing your effort to change things. But if a project comes around and you can grab that project and put your best effort to it, there is the high possibility that you can say things through that work. And of course we choose our projects because we want to do good, so we want projects that will actually help something. None of us study art. None of us were even thinking about getting into the art community. It was the other way around. Like, the art community embraced us. So once that happened, there was, in the beginning, and still is, I think, locally, a very strong reaction towards us because, like, you're not artists, or you haven't done the things that an artist in Tijuana was supposed to do to join that community. But also it makes you wonder if there really is a community, because of course there is a group of artists that know each other, that might go out a lot together, might even party out a lot, but does that make it a community, or what really is a community?
The other day we were invited to a dinner with other fellow artists that we're going to participate in some project. And one of the other artists from some other project comes up and asks Lorena and myself, so what do you guys do? And some of us said, I'm a salesperson. Because
she was like,
that night my friend felt like a salesperson and as an artist, and she's both, but she just happened to say that night, I'm a salesperson. And the girl was like, she was done. In other ways, if my friend would have said, oh, I'm an artist, oh, so you really, what do you do? So, okay, do I get less validation if I don't formally describe myself as an artist? Or are salespersons or managers or assistants to whatever, do they have a lesser view of reality or whatever? I mean, so it just really made me think, like, who gets to be more flexible?